appearance, his Vyasa Puja. We're going to have a nice little program for you tonight with some of Prabhupada's disciples speaking, and then maybe a couple of others as well. We'll have Pushpanjali near the end, as well as RT for Srila Prabhupada, and then a prasadam feast at about 8 o'clock. Okay, so thanks for being here.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Most modernize it. We're renovating retro. We're renovating the space so it looks like it did when Srila Prabhupada was actually here in the 60s. There's a photo on the wall behind the prasadam table where Gaur Kumar is right now. If you look at that later on, he's displaying it now. But you'll see that Prabhupada is here. These curtains here, these are sort of just temporary curtains before the real ones come. And the space is going to look considerably different once the work is complete. We thank many of you who have been donating on a regular basis, once in a while. It's really helpful, especially during this renovation process. If anybody is interested in supporting 26th Avenue on a monthly basis, please see me or Gaur Kumar, and we can tell you how you can do that. And I'll just say you can go to KrishnaNYC.com. It's the long spelling, KrishnaNYC.com, and sign up as a monthly donor there. Even if it's, we did a campaign 26 for 26. Just $26 a month for 26th Avenue. And you can help us sustain this very holy place. We also
special, as are Srila Prabhupada. Why do we keep saying he's so special? There are so many angles of vision. Obviously, the most obvious is that no one in the Western world outside of India had ever heard of Krishna consciousness. Or if they did, it was a complete distortion. A few scholars, religious scholars and so on, had distorted ideas about Bhagavad Gita and the spiritual message of Bhagavad Gita. Even in India, huge distortion and misunderstandings about Lord Krishna. So the prophecy from 500 years ago that what Lord Chaitanya, and Krishna himself, what he brought into our universe would be carried and spread and established and manifest in every town and every village and every city and every country and every continent on this globe. And that seemed inconceivable. And then Krishna caused Prabhupada to appear, to accomplish that prophecy.
I didn't get to meet Prabhupada until 76. When I joined, I was a bit cynical. Oh, is this really the complete absolute truth? So I prayed, please, Krishna, if you really exist, I want to personally get initiated by Srila Prabhupada. And there I was in the outpost of Australia. He didn't really go very often. And so there we were, and then all of a sudden in April 1976, those prophetic words were heard. Prabhupada is coming! Prabhupada is coming! So he came, what happened is, one Grihastha man said to me, actually it's better if you serve in separation. So don't go to the airport to meet Srila Prabhupada. Stay back and make sandalwood paste. So I was thinking about it. Yes, it's true. In a very universal way, it's true. And so I said, actually, if it's such a great thing, why don't you stay back and make the sandalwood paste? So we both jumped in the car and went to the airport to see Srila Prabhupada. So when we saw him, of course, we couldn't believe such a transcendental soul walking 12 inches above the ground, that sort of thing. So anyway, the next day was the initiation day, and I was thinking the whole time, if you really exist, I want to personally be initiated by you. So what happened is, in those days I was looking after a little 4-year-old girl, and what happened is that when my name was called, she grabbed my hand and we both went up, and in those days the ladies paid dandavats, so we paid dandavats. And then she went up to Srila Prabhupada and she said, "Srila Prabhupada, does that mean I'm initiated now?" And he said, no. So then, in those days, it was Pushta Krishna Swami, and he was figuring out everyone's names. So he figured out my name. So Srila Prabhupada said, "Oh, Bhakti Louise, your name is now Anita." And he said, "No, it isn't. Your name isn't Anita. Anita means without a path, and we have a path. So I'm going to call you Atita Guna Devi Dasi." And then I realized,
You have a guru.
yeah, and everything I thought about spiritual life was true and was happening right now. So anyway, Guru Kripa was a sannyas then, so he gave the little girl to help her breaking heart a rose. And then that night there was darshan, and the mothers were going up, "Srila Prabhupada, please give my children a name." So one Mataji went up and he said, "Okay, we can name your girl Pushpa." And then the little girl who went up with me to Srila Prabhupada, her mother said, "Can you give her a name?" And he said, "Yes, I'll give her the name Rose." And everyone was like, "Rose? That's not Sanskrit." And then I was thinking, what's the Sanskrit name for rose? Gulab. So that's not a very nice name. Anyway, so the next day we went to the beautiful, it's one of the most beautiful botanical gardens, and my husband and I were just there a couple of months ago in Melbourne, Australia. So Srila Prabhupada loved that. So I was walking along with the ladies, and then one lady grabbed my hand and said, "We're not going to walk in the back. We can't hear anything. We're going down to the front." So we went down to the front, and then all of a sudden Srila Prabhupada stopped at a tree, and he grabbed one of the flowers and he crushed it and smelt it and said, "What is this?" And they said, "Srila Prabhupada, that's a camphor tree." And he said, "Oh, that's Radharani's favorite fragrance, camphor. She loves camphor." So there was one devotee there, and he said, "Srila Prabhupada, I wanted to ask you about spiritual anxiety." Now, we're from Vaikuntha, or we're supposed to be being in the attitude of Vaikuntha, and Vaikuntha means without anxiety. But I find I'm always in anxiety. And Srila Prabhupada said, "Yes. So you pick what sort of anxiety. Yes, we'll always be in anxiety. You pick. You be in material or spiritual anxiety." So that was wonderful. And so I'll just tell a little story to show that. So I was just a brahmacharini, and they said, "Actually, your service to Srila Prabhupada is to wash his cloth." I was like, wow, washing his very own cloth. "I'll do the best I can. I'll put sandalwood oil in the water, and so it'll smell beautiful." Okay? So I did that. I put a lot of sandalwood. I was the Pujari assistant, and so I could get my hands on sandalwood oil. So I put that in, and I washed the cloth in hot soapy water and rinsed it and dried it and started ironing it. And when I ironed it, what was there? Big blobs of oil. I thought, what am I going to do? I can't give this to Srila Prabhupada. So I went to the householders and begged them for some kind of lotion to spray on the cloth to get rid of the oil. So I completely drenched it in that, and I washed it in hot soapy water and rinsed it, and then I started ironing it dry. So then I ironed it, and then when I ironed it, what did I find? Big blobs of oil, and I thought, oh, what am I going to do? I'm in so much anxiety. This is for my spiritual master, and I've blown it, you know. So then I ironed it and gave it to Hari Sori, and I said, Hari Sori, this cloth is full of oil stains, and I feel bad about it, but I'm going to give it to you to give to Srila Prabhupada. And he goes, oh, don't worry about it. Srila Prabhupada's always getting mustard oil massages. There's oil on all his cloth, so don't worry about it. And then I realized what happened to me. I was in complete spiritual anxiety. Hare Krishna.
As you can see, work is going on. It's not yet complete. To try to bring the look, the environment, I should say, the decor of this place to be as it was in 1966. ISKCON was here from 1966 until 68.
I think into 69.
Then 61 Second Avenue was at 69?
Yeah, somewhere in 69.
Okay. How many of you have heard there's a devotee named Titikshava Karunika who sings songs? You ever heard of it?
Yeah.
There's a song he sang, I remember it, where he sings about being in New York City in 1967, something like that. And just thinking, I didn't meet Srila Prabhupada. I've thought of that often because I was here in 67, 68. I could have been somewhere. I mean, mostly, I didn't live in New York City. I just was visiting from time to time, but mostly in Bleecker, McDougal, that area. You know, that was the place to go for me. But I missed.
You came exactly when Lord Chaitanya wanted you to come.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's exactly what I was going to try to explore, because you were speaking about how rare it is. And just recently, and often this has come to me, many times it comes to me. You know, we hear about the fantastic world of Krishna. He lifts Govardhan Hill. He does all these amazing things. We hear all these fantastic stories of, and so much. Like you, we listened to Srila Prabhupada, and he's talking recently. He's talking about Rishabh Dev, and somehow he was speaking about Javasa Muni and offending Ambarish Maharaj, and how he traveled here, and I tried to start to think, well, how did that happen? How did he get around? You know, he's being chased. Why didn't he just kill him right away? You know, all these thoughts go in my mind about, you know, just. But it pales to me with the mystery. How did I end up here? In fact, it's one of the challenges is to my faith. Is if this is it's such an amazing, so wonderful, so incredible Krishna, how is it possible? How is it possible? It must be that this is just one of those things, and everyone's got their something, and somehow I got this thing, but it's just just one of those things that I'm kind of saying it's it, because everyone wants to have it.
You'll never make sense of it.
But you were saying, because it is so rare.
It's impossible to make sense of how we can have contact with Prabhupada.
That's it. You can't make any sense of it, but you can accept it.
Yeah.
And
Devi Nirvani Acharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Aschatadesha Radhine Esha Pushpanjali
Jai Prabhupada.
Jai Prabhupada.
Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Himate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Acharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Aschatadesha Radhine Esha Pushpanjali Jai Prabhupada ki jai.